Richardson is averaging 16.3 since he has come on board. He's only played in about 12 contests, hasn't quite met the 75% mark to show up on the stats, but let's pay attention to those top scorers. Diallo and Kayanga tipping. Ball controlled by Williams for Morehouse.
Brian, first thing I'm noticing out here is the referees aren't in their traditional uniforms. They're still in their warm-up jackets.
Maybe it's a little cold in here, Drew. I don't know. I don't know what that means. There's Richardson at the top, pull up, jump shot, and there's the first two.
Somebody left their jersey at home.
By Kerry Richardson.
That was the best thing that they could do.
Edwards. That's Queemy being triple teamed around the top of the key. And a foul is going to be called. I think they're going to call that on Williams, who got a little reachy. It is on Williams.
Yeah, this Edward Waters team comes in. They could put the ball in the hole, Brian. Question is, what can they do defensively?
Kayanga down on the low post, trying to go against Diallo. Nice move. Nope. I guess that putback goes to Byron Abrams.
Yeah, that's a classic. Going up and getting the ball instead of boxing your man out first, then going and secure the ball.
Bit of a 2-2-1 there for Edward Waters. Almost got the 10 count. Richardson. Corner three-pointer by Dix. No good. There's an defensive rebound. Edwards bringing it across. Gives it down, going downhill all the way to the basket. And that's Queemy, Larry Queemy. Edward Waters with the 4-2 lead. Back into more of a 1-2-2, bit of a 1-2-2, 2-2-1 hybrid there. And they pick up man-to-man now. Dix with the ball, uses the screen. Finds Diallo. He's tripped up, and they're going to call a foul there.
Yep. Wasn't quite able to get out of the way. Feet got tangled, and that's one of those you got to put a whistle on it, Brian.
They call that on Kayanga. That'll be his first, team first. 18:33, Morehouse inbounding underneath. Williams, Richardson, three-point attempt, no good. Rebound by Kayanga.
Great contest there by number 5, Queemy.
Edwards, pull up, gives it over to Queemy. Down the lane, off the glass, got the nice home bounce around the rim.
So we've seen Queemy score both with the right hand and the left hand in the lane there, Brian.
6-2 lead for Morehouse. Driving to the bucket, Kayanga.
He's leading the league in the blocks, and we see why, Brian.
And that's what the challenge is going to be.
Watch it up! Oh!
And already we see the challenge that both teams, we talked about one of the keys in the game, Drew, was winning the battle in the paint. And I'd say so far, Edward Waters having the most success, but that'll balance out as this game goes.
Going back to that block, Brian, what impressed me about that, he went up with two hands and volleyball blocked that one.
Williams being guarded by Edwards. That'll be an interesting matchup, two similar size. They run a little horn set here. There's a pickup on the switch there. Diallo gives it back to Edwards, looking. 5 seconds on the clock. Nice dish.
Watch out below.
Richardson with the dunk. Tavares Oliver across the half-court line. Guarded by Lamar. Lamar popping out.
Great hands right there. Great defense right there by Lamar.
Edwards. That's Abrams baseline. Bounces off the rim, and they're going to say out of bounds. That'll stay on that end of the floor. Edward Waters' ball. 4 seconds remaining on the shot clock. So,
you know that was a home PA announcement. It was 4 seconds. Make sure his team knew it.
Got to inbound it quickly. Looking.
5.
Turnover there. Lamar gathers it. Here comes Williams.
Lob.
He keeps it. Diallo misses the dunk.
Hey, you got to give number 1 Williams with credit on the defense right there. Excuse me. Check that. Abrams credit on the defense right there.
Caleb Edwards with the basket. 8-4 lead. for Edward Waters. Dix, here comes a screen. Uses the screen off Richardson, traveling right hand. It's slapped out of his hands. And Abrams, give credit to Abrams for forcing that ball to go out of bounds. Inbound underneath for Morehouse, 16-24. Edward Waters with an 8-4 lead right now. Inbound up top to Richardson. Diallo, left elbow, pull up jump shot, and they're not going. Oh, they're going to say he didn't get the shot off. And, you know, that's almost inexcusable there, Drew, given the time and situation. I think every player has got to be communicating that. Now here, Morehouse is picking up full court, man-to-man.
You know, Morehouse has this one squad that comes in. I call it the tempo squad. They will come in and turn it up defensively and create some turnovers.
And they're going to call that on Kayanga, I believe, for doing a little too much in holding off, trying to hold off Diallo, trying to clear the lane. Don't think you can do that, can you, Drew?
Not to get away with. You can at the park, though, Brian.
So that's 2 fouls for Kayanga. Let's see if Coach White brings in somebody for him. Williams gets across the timeline, calls for the screen from Diallo. Quick little handoff back from Richardson. Uses a screen again. Richardson for 3. No good. Offensive rebound there by Diallo. Gives it to Richardson again. Pulls another 3. Bang. That time.
Got his feet up under him a little bit more that time.
Averaging 16, 17, almost 17 points a game. It's Kerry Richardson. Oliver with a little matrix move there. Recovers himself. Left hand by Abrams. Uses the screen. Decides to pull a 3. No good. Rebound by Richardson. Morehouse on the move. Down by 1. Dix uses the screen. And they're going to call Richardson with a moving screen. First personal. We've got a timeout here, our first of the contest. Edward Waters leading 8-7. You're watching Edward Waters basketball right here on the Black College Sports Network.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit. TurboTax Live.
T. Madden & Associates is a sophisticated and experienced law firm located in your neighborhood. We're turning injury to cash.
T. Madden and Associates obtained almost $2 million for my injury. They turned my injury to cash.
Now, we can't guarantee how much your injury is worth, but we've recovered millions for our clients.
Call T. Madden & Associates at 833-PAID-123. That's 833-PAID-123.
Pizza Hut's stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
It's like a loop machine.
Welcome back to live coverage of this SIC matchup between Edward Waters and Morehouse College. One substitution for Edward Waters during that break. Number 12, Andre Myers, the 6'3 freshman from Sumter, South Carolina, came in. That's Myers there. No good on his first shot attempt. Ivan Williams across the half-court line. Guarded by Caleb Edwards. Gives it over to Lamar. Diallo around the top of the key. He decides to pull up. Top of the key. Good.
You leave me open, I'm going to take it, Brian.
And Mohamed Diallo showing a little range. And Morehouse takes their first lead of the contest, 9-8. Tavares Oliver looking for his first points of the contest. A top 3 scorer in the SIC. Edwards being guarded tightly by Lamar. Gives it over to Abrams. Abrams finds Oliver. Nope.
Off the side of the glass right there. Shot that shot while
Robert Dix going downhill all the way to the rim with the right hand on the left side.
A little bit of Olay defense there by the Edward Waters Tigers. No one stepped up to cut off the driver.
Queemy left elbow, no good. Yallo rebound. Robert Dix with the ball. Here comes a screen. Pulls up for three, top of the key, no good. Queemy tells his teammate, I got this one. Gives it up to Oliver. Oliver on the right wing, uses a screen from Queemy, little two-man game. Down on the baseline, goes to the bucket. Nice reverse.
And that's a great way to use the rim as an extra defender from the defender instead of going up and possibly getting that shot block. Maybe because he sees a lot of that in practice, he's kind of good at coming up with those kind of moves.
Very good point. Robert Dix with the ball. Serving as sort of a second point guard. Little pressure there, falls down.
Oh!
And they're going to call him for traveling.
All right, we got bodies. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, we got people going at it. Andre Byers kind of landed on top of Robert Dix when that ball was on the ground. And Mr. Dix did not quite like how he landed on top of him.
Substitutions in the ball game for Morehouse. Number 20, Robin White Jr. and number 24, Nate Lacewell checked in. Morehouse with an 11-10 lead, 13 minutes to play, first half. And a quick whistle.
I did not see what that whistle was and
Robin White. Well, I think now the officials are being very sensitive about the talking and the jostling that might be going on after that last little scuffle.
I think that was, I don't know if it was even a foul. I think there may have been.
Well, they just
reset.
gave him.
Should be 20 on the shot. Yeah.
Well, no. Wait a second. Let's see. They just handed someone another foul. I'm looking. Well, let's make sure we get it right. Okay, yes, the foul was on 20. That was his first, team third. Okay. Edwards down. That's Queemy on the block. Turnaround, left hand, no good. Rebound by White. Williams with the ball. Lacewell gives it back to Williams. Finds White. He pulls for three. Got him.
And he does the pulls afterwards.
Let him look at it, too. 14-10, Morehouse lead.
Yeah, White took a picture after that jump shot right there.
White, the 6'4 junior guard from Dallas, Texas. Edwards.
Morehouse doing a great job hedging with those screens right there.
Well, and Lamar just takes it from Edwards. Then he falls down, but let's see if they call a foul. They do call a foul on Caleb Edwards.
Edwards does not agree with that call. He said, I was trying to get back, Mr. Official.
Checking in, number 11, Adnan Hussein, the junior from Washington, D.C., checks in for Edward Waters. .12:02 remaining in the first half. Ivan Williams using the screen. There's a double off the screen by Edward Waters. A little dancing there by Williams, looking for somewhere to go. Oh, nearly a travel. Richardson, with that basket. Got caught in the air, but athletic enough, Drew, to turn around and push that up.
Yes, he was. Got dressed up, almost didn't have any place to go.
Lamar putting some great pressure on the ball, whether it's in the hands of Oliver or previously Edwards. Deflected, nearly stolen. goes out of bounds off. And we've got a timeout on the floor with 11:18 to play. Morehouse leading 16-10. You're watching Edward Waters basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
People think unusual circumstances means complicated taxes. But for a TurboTax Live expert like me, it just makes things interesting. So, give us everything you've got.
What if I'm a professional gamer with a ton of expenses?
If they help drive views, let's talk deductions.
What if I'm in a state with no income tax, but my survival videos are viewed in 38 countries?
I can help. And if this is a business dinner, save those jerky receipts. An interesting life can mean an even greater refund. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit TurboTax Live.
Verizon just gave us all a brand new iPhone 13.
We've been customers for years. I thought new phones were for new customers. We got iPhone 13s too, switched to Verizon 2 minutes ago.
Ours were busted, and we still got a shiny new one.
Check it out. So wait, everybody gets the same great deal.
I think that's the point.
iPhone 13 on us for every customer. Current, new, everyone. On any unlimited plan, starting at just $35. All on the network more people rely on.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down.
11:18 to play here in the first half. Edward Waters ball underneath their own basket, being inbounded by number 1, Byron Abrams. Gives it over to Oliver.
The full flat set right there.
Oliver, and they're going to say he carried the ball.
That's not a call you see too often anymore, Brian. Palming the basketball.
Tough start for Tavares Oliver.
Edward Waters got out to their fast start before the first media timeout. That second media timeout, they kind of hit a lull. These next two media timeouts, these next 8 minutes is usually one of those points in the ball game that makes a difference here in the first and the second half. Right?
Richardson driving right. He gets the foul call going to the basket. That's on Andre Myers. His first, team fourth. Richardson at the line. Knocks that down. Checking in for Edward Waters, number 32, Mark Henry. First thought that goes into my head for us old school wrestling folks, when I hear the name Mark Henry, I think of Mark Henry from the old WWE.
That's why I remember that name.
Yeah, how do you not remember that?
I'm like, that name sounds so famous, but
not nearly the same in size. There's Abrams using the screen, going right. Great defense by Morehouse, goes out of bounds. Morehouse doing a great job defensively, guarding without putting their hands on their opponents. Checking into the ball game now for Morehouse, number 21, Jomel McNair. He comes in for Christian Lamar. 17-10 lead. White Jr., no good, but he goes and gets his own rebound. It's blocked there by Quimmy.
And ball wide rolling off of him, going out of bounds. I mean, he did the right thing. Followed your shot, realized it was off, and followed his shot, but was unable to capitalize on it, Brian.
Oliver with the ball, gives it over to Henry. Abrams dribbling left, little handoff. Oliver pulls up, no good. Deflected out by Williams. It'll stay on that end of the floor.
Now, if you go back and look at that, Brian, that shot came because Oliver knew that Morehouse has been hedging, so he faked like he was coming off the dribble weave and went back into it, back to where he came from, and was able to get that shot off.
Quimmy with the ball on the right wing, and I think he thought Abrams was going one direction, and Abrams stood pat, and so ends up being an unforced turnover for Edward Waters.
You mean somebody zig when they should have zagged?
Exactly.
Okay.
approaching the halfway mark of the first half. Morehouse 17-10 lead. Here comes the screen for Williams. A quick double. Now Hedge going back. Williams stops into the lane. Floater, no good. Body's going up for it. Queemy comes down with it. Byron Abrams with the ball. Driving into the lane he goes. Bodies everywhere. Not sure if he had a clear direction on where he was going with that. Went left, went right. Now he'll inbound it underneath. Looking for his teammates, finds Queemy, top of the key. He goes left, driving, hook, no good. Henry comes up with it. Let's see what they say. Henry must have had a hand on the back as he was fighting for that offensive rebound.
2 hands in the back by Joe Wilson every day of the week, Brian, even in Duval.
Five team fouls for Edward Waters here. Well, we mentioned that Morehouse defense as one of the keys and seeing if you can slow down Edward Waters' offense, and Morehouse has done a good job of that here in the first half. But it's still early. Williams to White. White, little hesitation into the lane. No good. Oliver comes up with it. He's on the move. Looking, goes across the court. Gets it back. Oliver picks up a screen from Henry, goes off of it, pulls up. Baseline, no good. Jump shot, rebound by White. White up ahead to Richardson. Richardson into the lane, pull up, boom. Kerry Richardson, and you see the production and why. Pretty soon, folks, Kerry Richardson's name will be in that top scorers in the SIC, probably by season's end if things stay consistent as they've been since he came in. Nice little two-man game, but I think Abrams, no, check, yeah, it was Abrams who led Queemy just a little bit too much on that.
Yes. Queemy looks like he's limping just a little bit there, Brian.
Number 34, Buka. Wayford checks in. The big he's definitely not 6 feet, reading my sheet. Henry.
That's 6'10".
Okay, thank you.
They left the one off.
Okay, one number off. Yeah, I looked at, saw 6 feet, I didn't know. He's not 6 feet.
Yeah.
Definitely. There's a three-point attempt by Abrams, no good. Rebound by McNair. Williams to the basket. And Buka, no good. Rebound by Henry. Bodies everywhere. Trying to separate, and they're going to call a foul on, I think they're going to call that on number 20. Yes. Looks like that's going to be on White. That'll be his second. We'll take a timeout with 7:41 to play. Morehouse 19, Edward Waters 10. You're watching Edward Waters basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
That spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
Pick something we all like. Okay, hold on. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
Buick Envision 2021.
Oh, you should pick something stronger. That's really predictable. That's a really tight spot. Don't worry, I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too. Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you, all of you.
What's the band called? I forgot. The sound of Edward Waters.
7:41 to play here in the first half. See the Edward Waters University pet band.
Hey, we got the Stewart twins into the game, Brian.
Okay, one of the keys we talked about and seeing how they would get on the floor here.
Elijah is number 3. Andrew is number 5. Both of them have been out injured for pretty much the calendar year of 2023 for Morehouse.
Henry into the lane, and they're going to call a foul on the well, let's see if they give him going to the basket on this. Foul was called on number 5. Andrew Stewart. So going to say he was on the floor. Non-shooting foul. Inbound underneath. Up top to Quimmy. Hands the ball to Tavares Oliver. Oliver still looking for his first points of the contest.
Got a mismatch up high. That means we got another
and it's
mismatch.
Stolen away by one of the twins, Oliver. That's Elijah. And there's an up fake. And give that to number 21, Jomel McNair. Second team foul on Mark Henry. Number 6 in the half for Edward Waters. At the line, Jomel McNair. McNair misses the first one. McNair, a 67% free throw shooter on the season. Looking to give Morehouse a 10-point lead.
And it does, Brian.
7:01 to play.
So let's get this. 13 minutes of basketball, and Edward Waters only has 10 points thus far, Brian. And this is a team that's what, number 2 in scoring in the conference?
Yes, indeed. Number 4 in
Number
scoring.
4.
And count the basket on the N1 move by Larry Quimby. Foul called on number 34, Buka Wayfor.
Both teams have 16 fouls right now. That means we'll be shooting bonus free throws for the remainder of this half, Brian.
Free throw's good.
Morehouse does a great job breaking the press right there. A lot of teams have tried to press this Morehouse team throughout the year because most of their injuries have been in the backcourt with their ball handlers.
Elijah Stewart with the pull-up. Offensive rebound. Up another tip. More offensive pat statting going on right now, Drew.
Stat padding, you mean?
Stat padding stats. All of it's happening right now for Morehouse. Choosing to be the bigger team right now as that basket goes in by Buka. Here comes a twin trap. And which one
did they give it to?
Looks like they're going to call it.
Let's see. They gave it to Andrew, number 5. I mean, that's literally pick one of them on that one, Brian.
Isn't your twin supposed to pick that up so that way you don't get 2 and he doesn't get 0?
But he's trying to get a little bit more play.
Oh,
we got some extra stuff going on.
Well, let's see what happened here because let's see if we can look at the replay here on the offensive end. Just well, 6:04 to play.
Not quite sure what the ruckus is. They're out there talking to Associate Athletic Director, Mr. Smith, right now. Usually not a good thing when one of the administrators is on the floor talking to the referees.
That's a bit unusual. I'm not.
Yes. Not quite sure what we've got going on.
So we'll try to get the referees to come over and explain. I think they're explaining to the teams first. I'm seeing.
I think I saw a double technical foul symbol. Okay. So we've got a double technical foul for the scrum that was created there. But before all of that happened, we had a foul. And I believe the foul was on Andrew Stewart, the original foul that caused the stoppage in play.
So now we've got
everybody be a good boy meeting going on right now. Before I send you to the house.
I was going to let you explain what we see here.
Yeah. That's one of those, hey, if y'all want to play ball, we going to play ball the nice way. If not, I'm going to send you to the house.
Okay.
I'll send you to the locker room at least. Now, after all this gets done, after all the fouls, we've got Tavares Oliver at the line for a 1-1, Brian.
So no technicals being shot here.
Because it was technical on both teams. Technical fouls of equal gravity means no free throws.
All right.
So now you go back to your point of interruption.
Oliver gets his first points of the contest. Second attempt is good. Morehouse leading 22-15 now.
Morehouse with a
nearly stolen away.
Diamond press. Token diamond press, more of it.
Andrew Stewart with the ball. Gives it to his brother. Down low to. There's a jump hook. No good. And they're going to call Nate Lacewell with an over the back. Nice jump hook there by Buka. Unable to get that one to fall. And that's going to send Mark Henry to the free throw line. Shooting, this is a 1-and-1. We did have we almost had a substitution. I saw Coach Clay, it looked like for a second, Kerry Richardson was going to come in. Free throw is good by Henry.
And Edward Waters is slowly climbing back into this ball game via the charity stripe.
At the free throw line, and indeed. I believe that's 5 or 6 consecutive points that they have scored at the free throw line. So now we have the official explaining something here to Coach Harold Clay.
I think Clay wanted to know why his man was called, but he thought that was just a competitive fight for the rebound down there on the other end.
Second free throw by Henry is good, and Edward Waters has cut what was a 10-point deficit to 5, courtesy of the free throw line. Three-point attempt, back of the rim, no good. Oliver comes up with it. Abrams up ahead to Henry. And they call Buka.
Goaltending. They call offense. Yes, they called the basket. I thought that ball hit the glass first. Great call. That's what you call an official doing his job. Everybody thinks that was that lead official's call, but that was actually that C official's job to pick up that ball on that basket right there.
And Coach Clay has seen enough. He puts all 5 starters back into the ball game. I don't know. Maybe Edward Waters.
I think we should have a media timeout.
No, it's.
Did we have under 8 media?
We did have the under 8.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So the starters back in the contest for Morehouse. Robert Dix on the left wing. Morehouse lead is only 3 now. Dix going to the basket, off the rim, no good. Gets his own rebound over Kwame, and he gets called for the foul, I believe.
See, Kwame did an initial job, great job defensively keeping his hands up. But when Dix kind of faded back, his hands went back with him, which was where the foul was called at.
Our score is Morehouse 22, Edward Waters 19. Robert Dix knocks the first one down. In conference play right now, Dix averaging 5.6 a contest, shooting over 70%, 72% from the free throw line. He got both of those to fall. Morehouse lead is now 5, 24-19. Queemy on the left wing, going left. Off of Diallo, jump hook. Larry Queemy.
Well, we know this Edward Waters team can score. They like to score in bunches.
Dix for three, no good. Rebound by Abrams. Abrams up the floor. Looking. Queemy again, left wing. Will he go left? Goes into the lane. Spin move, left hand. Partially blocked maybe by Diallo. Comes up with his own offensive rebound, goes up with it, and gets a foul called. And right now, Larry Queemy feels like he can, oh, well, wait a second. Okay. I wasn't sure.
I think he was just frustrated that he missed the and one opportunity right there.
I was wondering because he literally walked almost to the other end of the floor, and I was curious.
Yeah, he walked to the 10-foot volleyball line on the other end of the court.
First free throw attempt by Larry is good.
And what I love about Larry, he's good with both hands around the basket, Brian, even though he's naturally right-handed.
That last foul call was on Mohamed Diallo, and checked in Ahmad Decker. Second attempt bounces around, no good. Decker lost control
Cannot hold on to it.
He lost control of it. It's going to be Edward Waters' ball. Edward Waters trailing by 2. Looking for their first opportunity to tie this contest in a long time. We've got a break here at 4:25 called by Coach White. You're watching Edward Waters basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
It's like a loop machine.
Charmin Ultra Soft has so much cushiony softness, it's hard for your family to remember. They can use less.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft. Holy Charmin. Oh, excuse me. Roll it back, everybody. Sorry.
Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more. But it's so absorbent, you can use less. So it's always worth it.
Now, what did we learn about using less?
You gotta roll it back, everybody.
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge, featuring a meticulous, curated collection of premium cigars. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. That's www.slowburnwaco.com. So it'll be Edward Waters' ball, trailing by 2. Three-pointer would give Edward Waters their first lead in well over 10 minutes. Caleb Edwards, guarded by Williams. Right side cleared out, pulled up, right elbow, no good. There's the rebound recovery by Byron Abrams, and we have a tie ball game, Drew, with 4:04 to play.
You give him an assist on that, Brian, or is that a jump shot and rebound?
I'd call that a rebound putback.
Okay. Ivan
Williams, right side pull up, no good. Strong rebound by Mark Henry. Edward Waters with a chance to take the lead. Tavares Oliver on the right wing, gives it over to Queemy. He turns and faces. Spin move, bumps, turn around, no good. Rebound by Kerry Richardson. Robert Dix on the left wing, kicks it in the corner, down low on the block. Spin move, goes up, body. Oh, they're going to take Queemy with the body.
Yeah, that was good. They got him up in the air, and he was Got to be the Paratroopers Club, for lack of a better word, Brian.
That's Queemy's second. We'll see if Coach White leaves him in there here with 3:24 to play. Amon Decker, 6'6" sophomore from Minneapolis, Minnesota. At the line. First free throw attempt is good for Decker. Decker on the season is 61% free throw shooter, averaging about 4 points a game this year for Morehouse. 3:24 to play, leading by 1. Second attempt rolls out. Mark Henry with the rebound.
Oh, he got away with that one right there. Luckily, he put the ball down.
Caleb Edwards driving left, stops in the lane. Henry thought about the baseline jump shot. Goes
That's
into the
be
lane.
A foul.
Yeah, that's going to be on Williams.
Yeah. Wasn't quite able to get over there. He was trying to get into position to take the offensive foul or just give the help, but he kind of got caught up under him right there. Got caught up under Mark Henry.
Second foul called on Williams. Henry, the sophomore from Cap Haitian, Haiti. I possibly said that wrong, but he's from Haiti.
Checked into the game is check that Khalid Pove, 5'10" sophomore from Jacksonville, number 22 for Edward Waters.
And Henry gives the Tigers a 26-25 lead. Nearly
There's a
stolen
steal.
away.
No, yes, no. What we got? Who's it off on? Good call, good call. That ball was deflected out by Andre Myers. Referee was in a great position to get that call right.
So it'll stay Edward Waters ball, or excuse me, Morehouse ball.
But the thing is, now they don't have that much time on the shot clock, so
10 seconds now on the clock. Williams has to do something at the three-point line, right wing. Looking, decides to pull up, a step inside, no rebound by Henry.
Morehouse
gives it over to Oliver.
Morehouse has not had any flow to their offense, not any type of continuity. It's been a lot of one-on-one the last few times down, Brian.
And Poe was unable to control that ball. It came off of the hands of Oliver and maybe had an awkward spin on it. So Morehouse ball. Robert Dix on the left wing, gives it over to Richardson. Looking, goes inside. Right there at the front of the rim was Decker. That's a little too easy there.
I mean, he caught it at 8 feet. In one dribble, he was at 3 feet.
Exactly, right there on that 1-4 set. There's a back cut by Oliver. Going to the basket, stolen away. Fight for it. Somebody's got to get on the floor. Oh, they're going to say a kickball. Unbelievable. Kickball by Oliver. And it ends up going Morehouse's direction. Morehouse leading 27-26, 2:01 to play. Right wing, Lamar. Decker driving right, spinning left, goes up. No good. Tipped around, rebound by Abrams.
Woo! I'm glad he got that elbow down, Mr. Abrams, because that was definitely going towards the head of Decker.
And a little bit they're going to call an offensive foul on Andre Myers. I thought for a second there was a little bit of a hand check there, but
and you got to realize, Brian, after that little scrum that we had in the middle of the first half, these referees are going to call any type of extra contact right now instead of letting these players play through it, because they showed they can't play through it earlier in the game.
Robert Dix driving left, and he gets a foul called on Myers, and Andre Myers will pick his second up.
Andre Myers disagrees with that call. Thought he had his hand on the ball but evidently he got enough of the elbow or forearm and was able to have that foul charged against him, Brian.
Robert Dix at the line for Morehouse from Atlanta. Played at the Skill Factory. Second one is good. Dix averaging about 6.9 a game on the season for Morehouse, who's built their lead back up to 3 after giving up that lead, and they moved to a 2-3 zone here. Poe. There's a shot no good. That three-point attempt there by Myers was no good. Rebound by Morehouse. Dix driving left, right to the lane, gives it over to Richardson, and they say, whoa, they're going to call Dix with an offensive foul. Wow. I did not see that one, but interesting call. That's all I can say. Interesting call, Drew. Poe with the ball. Coming across the half-court line, gives it over to Oliver. Left wing. Morehouse still in that 2-3 zone. Comes over near us with the pass. Poe has it, though. Double there on the right wing. On the floor. Bodies recovered by Richardson. Richardson, and he's fouled. Oh, no, they're going to say called for traveling.
Interesting call right there. Thought he would have been fouled on that one, but Edward Waters with an opportunity to play for almost the last shot here, Brian, as we get down with 36.4 remaining in the half.
Morehouse leading by 3. A quick, nearly a double. Mark Henry, right wing, going to the basket, finding a way. It's partially blocked there. Poe finds Oliver. About a 5-second difference between shot and play. Three-point attempt, no good by Henry. Good rebound by Dix.
Morehouse can play for the last.
Yep.
And they're going to take that time out to go ahead and set something up so they can get a 5, possibly a 6-point lead going into the half, Brian.
12.1. They're going to say it's a 30 seconds, so we'll stay here right now. What do you make of what do you make of the foul calls right now and the way this game is being officiated?
Well, it's changed because the tempo and the demeanor of this game has changed, Brian. At first, we probably went the first into the second media timeout with 1, maybe 2 fouls called between the two teams. Looking at the board now, both teams in the double bonus, but that was because the demeanor of the game changed with the little ruckus and people jawing and getting chippy here earlier in the game, man.
12.1 seconds left. Ivan Williams with the ball in the backcourt. Let's see what they call up. Dix with the ball. Let's see if they find a way to get it to Richardson here. No, it's Williams for 3. No good. Rebound on the floor. It goes out of bounds off of Morehouse, and that's going to be the end of the half. So our score at the half, Morehouse 29, Edward Waters 26. We will step away, and we will come back with probably an interview with Associate Vice President and Director of Intercollegiate Athletics here at Edward Waters, Dr. Ivana Rich, some point here in the halftime. Let's step away. You're watching Edward Waters basketball right here on the Black College Sports Network.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and Instagram.com/empowerment.
When you add in the 9-win teams, a mark. I think 20 wins is still an actionable mark that you look at and say,
oh yeah.
That's
I love that 20. I love that 20-win mark. It's still significant, particularly at the Division II level, NIA level. You get to 20. Sometimes at them, they get a chance to get to 25. Really looking good. Right. But at the Division I level, if you can get to 20 wins, you're really doing something. Sometimes that demarcation may need to be closer to 17, 18. But it's something beautiful about that round number when you can put that 20-win mark on it. So I love that you brought that up. Yeah, I love that you brought that up.
And take it one step further, everybody. 15 of the 29 are at 9 wins or better. So over half of our women's programs are at 9 wins or better with 5 weeks remaining in the basketball season.
As I mentioned earlier, with John, you're the executive director of the Celebration Bowl. Just curious, how does one become an executive director of the bowl? I mean, what are the qualifications?
That's a good question because I still don't know the answer to that. It wasn't really something that I was pursuing. I was chief executive for 100 Black Women of Atlanta, and we actually ran a game, the Atlanta Football Classic, that featured Florida A&M and Tennessee State.
Okay.
And when ESPN was looking to launch the bowl game in Atlanta, they reached out to me through the commissioner at that time to have a meeting with them. Okay. And so the conversation sort of led to an offer to join ESPN. And I initially was a little hesitant, but just simply because I was enjoying what I was doing. But I enjoy building things, and I saw this really as a great opportunity to build something institutional for historically Black colleges and universities, HBCUs, okay. And to work at putting us in a space where we aren't as it relates to being with the other bowl games. And although the Celebration Bowl was sort of a legacy of the Heritage Bowl, which was a legacy of the Pelican Bowl, that it was our desire to make sure we were able to institutionalize this in a way that 50 years from now, 100 years from now, that this game would be very, very viable and would certainly be functioning at a level beyond what anyone would imagine today.
Absolutely. And so in 2015, that was the first year the Celebration Bowl was correct?
Correct.
Well, you said ESPN, so who pitched it to ESPN? Did ESPN come to somebody or someone actually pitched it to them?
Dr. Dennis Thomas, who was the commissioner of the MEAC at that time, approached ESPN with the idea to get engaged with the bowl game. It wasn't called the Celebration Bowl at the time. They had no name because the Heritage Bowl, which preceded that, had actually gone defunct. I think it was back in 1999, around that time, and so pitched the idea to ESPN, and it actually took 10 years after that for the MEAC chancellors and presidents to vote to approve giving up the automatic qualifier to go to the playoffs and actually go to the bowl game. So initially, again, it was his idea to pitch it to them, but as I tell people, there's a lot of great ideas out there that are in file cabinets and a lot, some in the trash heap, but because it takes three things to actually put something together. It takes an idea, then it takes someone to finance it, then it takes someone to build it. So it's a three-phase. So certainly applaud Dr. Thomas for the idea. And I applaud, ESPN stepping up and saying, hey, we have to finance this. And then, we were fortunate that we were able to come in with our team and actually build it. And so that's why we have what we have today.
That's awesome. The first time that I actually came to the Celebration Bowl was in 2019, and She Say Sports was just taking off, and I was working with BJ Jones and Charles Bishop. They were showing me the ropes, and I was trying to get on Radio Row. I couldn't get there. Something was going on that they stopped it or whatever, but I was amazed at how it was just like, for us, I had never seen that before. And it was a beautiful thing. And you guys have done an amazing job, truly an amazing job. Absolutely. So John, how does the Celebration Bowl continue to stay nimble in the era of television market share and ever-changing landscape? Simply put, how do fans define what is the growth of the Celebration Bowl?
That's a very good question. I like to, I always begin with the end in mind when I'm looking at anything. And the ultimate goal for us was to build a Super Bowl, to build our Super Bowl.
Let's move on to number 2, Howard Bison. Yeah, those Howard Bison are back to playing for basketball. They're one of the hottest teams out there also with 5 wins, sitting at straight wins, if you would, 12 and 10, 4-1. Had a major upset at Norfolk State last week, and they continue to roll. 3 first-place votes, 98. They move up 4 spots.
Welcome back here, halftime here at the matchup here between Morehouse and Edward Waters. It's a pleasure to be joined by the director, and I got to make sure I get this right. It always changes. Director of Intercollegiate Athletics here at Edward Waters University, Dr. Ivana Rich.
Yes,
I got all that right?
You almost.
I I'm trying to be professional and not look at my phone here, but that's all right. It's a pleasure to have you on. How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing wonderful. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, and so this is your first season here at Edward Waters. What's been the most enjoyable part of this role for you taking over here at Edward Waters?
That's a great question. I would say the most enjoyable part is being able to get to know the Tiger student athletes. Just a wonderful group of individuals, and so being able to build those relationships with my student athletes as well as my coaches. This is a family here, and so I've just kind of joined that family, and so I'm loving it.
Now, you prior to coming to Edward Waters, you spent several years at Norfolk State University. What was it that attracted you to the opportunity here in Jacksonville, besides the warmer weather?
Look, definitely the weather. But I would say the potential I saw in this university, this athletic department, and these student athletes. And so being able to come in and be a part of that, the growth that's already going on here, under the leadership of President A. Zachary Faison, I wanted to be a part of something special.
Now, you do have your boss is one of the most excitable and most enthusiastic, one of the biggest athletic supporters that I know in HBCU. And so I'm sorry, other presidents, you have to catch up to Dr. Faison. I'm sorry, but what's it like working for him, and especially somebody who's so engaged and enthusiastic about the athletic programs, as I'm sure he is with other programs, but really so with athletics.
I couldn't ask for any better leadership, to have that support coming from the top, being so engaged in athletics and, just being engaged in the development of our student athletes. It's been incredible. And so to have that backing, it helps me to do what I need to do to move the department forward.
Mm-hmm. And talk a little bit about what are some of the things that, as you come in to the program, and you sort of observed, what are some of the initiatives and things that you're hoping to implement and sort of put your fingerprints on and sort of make your own?
Well, definitely our academic support and student support services initiatives. I think, it's always been my goal to provide our student athletes with a holistic student athlete development experience. And so being able to implement some programming to make sure they are developing all those different aspects, as well as providing some additional academic support so they are excelling not only on the court or on the field or on the track, they are also excelling in the classroom and ready and prepared for life after graduation.
Mm-hmm. And so as you watch this game, it's a busy day here. Have you made it out to the other sports? I know we got baseball, softball. Where have you been today? It's a busy day.
Yeah, so started my morning at softball. Was able to watch the entire first game. We were victorious.
You won? Okay, good.
Yes,
good
so a shot right over here for this game, and then I'm going to leave here in a few minutes and head over to baseball. So my goal is to be visible and to support all of my student athletes.
Now, when you were an undergrad, did you play, what was your sport?
I played volleyball.
Volleyball,
yes.
Okay.
Virginia Commonwealth.
Well, definitely. Hey, there's a great volleyball program here, and so that's great to hear. Well, we're about to get started and go back to the second half. So anything that you want to tell viewers about Edward Waters University, any upcoming projects and things like that, I want to give you the last word.
Yes, absolutely. We have our alumni weekend coming up in April, as well as our spring football game. Please check out our social media pages. We just released our signing class, and we're very excited about that. But great things going on here, and we want you to join us on this journey.
It's always fun to come back to Edward Waters. You've got a great SID there and Mr. Joshua Jackson.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's a great staff all around, so you got a lot of great things to work with. Congratulations. Pleasure talking with you and hopefully working with you more down the road.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
All right, Dr. Ivana Rich. We'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second half here at Edward Waters University.
Curious, when people work in sports, I always want to know, how did your love for sports begin?
That is a fantastic question.
Thank you.
I'm not sure how I can pinpoint when the bug bit me, but I always talk about in our house growing up, there was always a black and white picture of my mom's basketball team. And so I grew up knowing that she started as a freshman. She was also part of integrating a predominantly white school. And so she would tell me about some of the struggles that were involved with that. And so I think that always I kind of wanted to make her proud, and I always felt like the bar, she never said that, but I always felt like the bar was going to be starting as a freshman and doing those other things. Although I played softball in high school as well, basketball was my first love. And ironically, one of those things when you looked at that, something for so long, I did start as a freshman. And one of my most favorite years of all in sports was that freshman year when I was allowed to play on the junior high team and the high school team. I grew up in a small Class B school. And so absolutely loved that year where I was playing basketball 5 to 6 days a week.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, and like you said,
Back to live action here, start of the second half. Morehouse with a 29-26 lead. Drew, what are some adjustments that we need to see here going in to for either team or both teams here going into the second half?
A couple of adjustments that I noticed that for Edward Waters, let's start with the home team. They've got to continue doing what they're doing on the boards. They need to pick it up defensively just like they did right there.
Got to finish there at the rim. There's a three-pointer by Oliver, no good.
And the other thing is continue to get to the line because they did have success from the line, and that's what allowed them to get back into the game, Brian. If you're Morehouse, you have got to get more continuity on offense. When they were moving the ball and sharing the ball early in the first half, they were able to jump out to a big lead. Same thing at the end of the half, but they had about 10 minutes there where they couldn't do anything offensively because there was a lot of one-on-one play.
I'll tell you my observation, Drew. I think that changed at the 10-minute mark when Christian Lamar took his first break. He played the first 10, 11 minutes. And I think the substitutions from Morehouse didn't quite fill the role, especially offensively, in forcing the turnovers that put Morehouse up by nearly 10 points. And that's when it sort of started. Not saying that second unit didn't do a great job, but it just was different.
And when you think about that second unit that came in, Brian, you got a lot of players who have backset their first action in probably 2-3 weeks due to injuries and a few other things. So them trying to get that continuity and not able to get anything offensively, well, they haven't practiced either.
Over a minute has gone by, almost a minute and a half, and still no score yet
That's
now.
Been over and back, it is.
Well, I thought it was a deflection there, but no, the official says over and back.
Yeah, it was deflection, but it hit off of Diallo's leg last, which means that they still were the last ones to touch it, which means you have to keep the ball in the front court.
Both starting lineups are on the floor. So Edward Waters with the ball. It's Abrams, Oliver, Queemy, Edwards, and Kayanga on the floor right now for Edward Waters. And for Morehouse, it's Williams, Lamar, Dix, Diallo, and Richardson. That's Queemy down on the block. And he got the chair pulled out from under him by Richardson. Ends up a turnover. Still scoreless. 18:25 remaining. Well over a minute and a half. This is the pace that Morehouse wants, only allowing 68 points a game.
61 in the last 4 games since Clay has taken over as head coach.
Good point. Williams to the bucket. And there's a goaltending by Kayanga. First 2 points of the ball game for Morehouse.
So we still haven't seen the ball go in the bucket.
Still haven't seen the ball go inside of the rim yet. Tavares Oliver, right side. Here comes Kayanga. Edwards. Edward Waters showing the screen, but they're going away from it. Edwards, pull up, right side, good.
There it is.
And the official stops the play, tell the bench to sit down.
Sit down.
Interesting decision to stop play on that, but 31-28.
Surprised he didn't put that in the book as a bench warning, as a lot of people do in that situation.
Williams calls the play, guarded by Edwards. Here comes a screen by Diallo. Williams nearly loses it, almost stolen away. It is stolen away. Credit to Edwards, up ahead, 3-on-1, pull up by Oliver, bang, no, missed it. Back of the rim, rebound by Robert Dix. Double foul called, and the officials are really low tolerance today.
That foul is called on number 5, Larry Coomey, and number 22, Kerry Richardson.
That's Queemy's third and Richardson's second. Well, as I said, low tolerance second half, so they're not going to let you put hands on anybody, touch anybody. Lamar inside, that's Diallo, good, going left. Mohamed Diallo, the 6'11 sophomore from Decatur.
And looks like Kayanga was waiting on Diallo to come back to his right hand and forgot that Diallo is a lefty, Brian.
Oliver with the dribble handoff to Edwards. Edwards dribbling left. Pull-up jump shot. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound Lamar. Williams on the break. And it's stolen away by Abrams from behind. Deflected. Saved by Williams. Richardson Diallo almost traveled. Dix in the corner for three. No good. Rebound by Quimby. And there's a foul by Dix.
You saw that one coming, didn't you?
I did too. Almost any contact which you slow down or stop the ball is going to get called. And at some point, both coaching staffs are going to have to tell their players that that's how this game is going to be called, and you have to adjust.
But they tell you if the contact affects speed, rhythm, or balance, you're supposed to put a whistle on it.
But how many times do we see that not called, though? And so, obviously, with the tensions that we've had earlier in the first half, the officials deciding to be a little more choice in that call. There's Kianga. Handoff to Oliver. Nice move. Lost it. Lamar thought he was going to dive for it. He does. Comes up with it. There's Richardson. Drops and boom. Christian Lamar not putting a lot of points up, but defensively, I'll tell you, you folks out there watching, keep him in mind for all SIAC defensive team, because if he's playing like this on a nightly basis, it's a big reason why you're going to have to watch out for Morehouse down the stretch. There's a three-point attempt by Abrams. Good!
That was a Steph Curry land out there.
Byron Abrams, the Atlanta, Georgia senior. Blocked by Kayanga. And there's a technical or a foul called on Dix. He said something. The official didn't like it.
Let's see.
Yep.
That's a technical foul. Anytime. Let's see if we can go back and take a look at that.
That's his third team foul. That's a three-point attempt by Abrams. So our score right now, Morehouse 35, Edward Waters 31.
And we've got a media timeout before we shoot the technical, Brian.
Media timeout. Let's step away for a short moment. You're watching Edward Waters basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
At HBCUs, there's no limit to who we can be. Black and inspired and thriving. Black and magnetic and sing. From the classrooms to the quad, our passion is our purpose. We are leaders and legacy. So when you look at what we accomplish next, you'll know where it started. For who you are and who you want to be, we're here.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit. TurboTax Live.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one outpizza the Hut.
Shooting the technicals for Edward Waters is Tavares Oliver, missing the first one there. A little rushed in that shot. Oliver averaging a team-high 18 points over the course of the season and about 16 in conference play. Been a tough night for him offensively. The 71% free throw shooter in conference games. 75% overall.
Referee has to remind them this is not high school. We go to the point of interruption. We don't go to half court like you do in high school with all other levels of basketball up until this point.
35-32, Morehouse lead. Byron Abrams going off the screen, goes left. Finds Kamanga!
Did just enough to get Kamanga's man to come over and help, and no one rotated over there, Brian. And when that happens, you get a nice flush.
Down low to Diallo. And Diallo, just by the nature of him sort of fading away, gets the foul call on Kayanga, who was going straight up, but unfortunately got caught bringing his hands down. Here's the
Take a look back at that play.
Or this is a two-man game here situation. Nice.
See,
weak side.
You saw Diallo come over on the help. No one rotated to help the helper.
Exactly.
And that's what happens.
Diallo misses the first of two. 14:42 remaining here. Mohamed Diallo, 6'11" sophomore.
See, I like that right there. Took his time and readjusted his pants and jersey after that missed free throw so he could regain his composure.
And it worked. It worked.
It worked. It's a trick you can to slow the rhythm down sometimes.
36-34 lead for Morehouse. Edwards, Oliver with the ball. Edwards, left wing.
Looking to get it inside.
Kayanga wants it. Edwards slipped. Loose ball, he comes up with it. Let's see if he calls a timeout. Oh, they call a jump ball.
All-day possession is going to go down to Morehouse.
So we've got 14:21 to play here. Substitution looks like we have for Morehouse. There's number 20, Robin White, in the ball game right there with the ball in his hands. Over to Williams. Diallo. Hands off to Lamar. Finds Williams. See, they're trying to post up Diallo down low. Here comes a double team from the weak side. Williams.
7 seconds on the shot clock.
Into the lane. Blocked.
3 seconds on the shot clock. 2 and 1.
Another
shot clock
block.
violation. We should have a shot clock violation, though.
A pair of blocks by Edward Waters, and we talked about it, Drew. There's a block party going on inside this gym.
And they're going to talk about it. We should have had a shot clock violation on that. Even though the ball went out of bounds off of Edward Waters, we should have had a shot clock violation.
Byron Abrams trying to do a little bit of officiating, and the officials are not allowing for him to have any words whatsoever. Of course, he's a senior, so one of the more experienced players on this team.
If anything, it's going to be 1 second on the shot clock.
Yeah, it looks like
See if we can run that replay again.
Looks like they're spotting this ball in the corner.
Let's see. Let's watch the shot clock. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
$13:51 to play here. I think we're all squared away. They put 3 seconds
on the clock.
On the shot clock. That's White inbounding from the corner. Williams got to do something with it. He nearly lost his footing. No.
Nah, that's definitely a shot clock violation.
Morehouse picks up man-to-man, ball in the hands of Tavares Oliver. Screen by Queemy. Pull up three. No good. Rebound by Kayanga. He's got to do something with it. Goes up. Yes, it did.
Now that's an old Kevin McHale step through right there, Brian.
Nice post moves by Jonathan Kayanga. We got a tie ball game at 36. Kerry Richardson on the left wing. Nearly lost it. Being guarded by Queemy. Loses it. Queemy, great job defensively on Richardson. Caleb Edwards.
That was supposed to be a lob towards the rim, but got cut off defensively.
And Morehouse comes right back with their own lob. And Diallo has it knocked out of his hands by Abram, but the official says Oliver steps out of bounds. Substitution for Morehouse, number 24, Nate Lacewell comes in for Kerry Richardson. 20 seconds on the play clock. It'll be possession arrow is Edward Waters. So that's Lamar in the corner. Down low to Diallo. Back to Lamar. Dribble into the lane. Takes it right at Kayanga.
Oh, Diallo missed the
follow, but Lamar with the finish. 38-36 lead for Morehouse. Byron Abrams brings it across the half-court line. Edwards, right wing to Abrams. Abrams goes baseline. They're going to say he traveled. 12:40 to play. And we've got the official score table asking for the official to come to table.
I think they still try to get the arrow correct. What happened when maybe 2 minutes ago we had an alternate possession down here in the corner to our left. Mm-hmm. They never flipped the arrow, and the referees just corrected it, and they thought that there must have been alternate possession right here on this last play, so they flipped the arrow, thinking that on the inbounds that was an alternating possession.
All right, it'll be Edward Waters' ball, the next jump ball. Robin White with the ball in his hands. Williams comes to it. Picks up a screen from Diallo. Williams looking. There's a three-point attempt, and they're going to say he was fouled. Oh,
yes, he did get hit in the face. Edwards hit him in the face on the closeout.
Lacewell will go to the line, and he will shoot 3, I believe. Yes, he will. He'll shoot 3.
Let's see. Lacewell is 6'9" from Missouri City, Texas. Edwards is 5'10" from Knoxville, Tennessee.
And he said he got him in the face.
And he got him in the face.
Interesting.
In the forehead.
Must have been on the shot going up. Lacewell, a 62% free throw shooter. Second one is clean, doesn't touch any part of the
62,
rim.
So that means he should hit this one. That's about 2 for 3, Brian.
He's hit 2 so far.
Okay, he's 2. So this one should rim out. We'll see. Let's see if we play the averages. Oh, 3 for 3.
Someone's been working on their free throw shooting. Lacewell, nothing but net.
Nothing but the bottom of.
41-36 lead, largest lead of the half for Morehouse. Kayanga finds Oliver. Oliver into the lane. Nope, it bounced off the back heel of Lamar. Morehouse ball. White with it. Finds Lamar in the corner.
Remember one of those keys we talked about, Edward Waters taking care of the ball, Brian? When they take care of the ball, they stayed in this game and put up some points. But they have had a couple of minutes where they've just played a little sloppy with the basketball, for lack of a better word.
10 seconds on the play clock. Williams to Diallo. Diallo driving baseline. They're going to say he was
pushed out of bounds. I thought he stepped out as we get ready to go for this media timeout.
And he's pushed out by Kayanga. So Kayanga, that's his 4th. Well, timeout on the floor. 11:41 to play. Morehouse 41, Edward Waters 36. We'll be back after these words. You're watching Edward Waters basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
When you work in IT, complaints are part of the job.
Bill says the coffee's weak today.
But since CDW helped us switch to Mac, everyone's happier. Dan from finance likes getting performance without a big price tag. Phoebe digs the power of the Apple M1 chip. Mac is easy to manage, compatible with all our apps, and came pre-configured by CDW. Now we're even getting compliments.
That was Bill again, says he loves his new Mac. He's right about the coffee.
Hey, babe, meet us at the bottom of the trail.
Oh, man. Hey.
Open up. The redesigned Chevy Silverado with a sophisticated high-tech interior.
Open the door.
It's easy to forget it's a truck.
Thanks.
Nice truck. It was. Find new style. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people try to get down.
11:41 left to play. Morehouse ball underneath. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Got to quickly inbound it here. Ball in the hands of Robin White. Lacewell guarded by Mark Henry. Lacewell
Great
goes
defense
up.
by Henry.
Yes, indeed. Quimby comes up with it. Gives it over to Oliver. Oliver. Three-point attempt, that was Abrams. Rebound by Ivan Williams. Lacewell. He pulls up for three.
And this is what got Morehouse into trouble earlier, Brian.
I would agree. Looking over at the bench, that's not the shot that the coaches wanted at that moment. Mark Henry around the three-point line, hands it off to Edwards. They run a bit of a weave action here. Henry driving left into the lane, stops, turn around, fade away. No good. Rebound Diallo.
Neither one of these offenses are taking good shots right now in their half-court set, Brian. They're not getting out in transition. They're not getting good, easy, clean looks.
Lacewell looking, trying to get it inside to Diallo. Gives it back over to Williams, back up, and he sets up something. Here comes the screen. Nope, doesn't use it all the way. Williams still looking. That's White driving to the bucket, spins around. They're going to call traveling.
2 many steps. They gave a warning to Diallo on his shirt. You know, he went to make his move, and his shirt, I guess his shirt came out his shorts.
Okay,
I mean, the man is 6'11".
I'm not going to be the uniform police, but there's a couple guys on the floor with their jersey out of their shorts, so yeah. I didn't know we were going to do that today. But here comes Morehouse in a bit of a 1-3-1. They've got the size to make this really challenging right now for Edward Waters. That's Lacewell up top. As you said, Lacewell 6'9". Yes. Henry, and it's stolen away by Lamar. Well, yeah, more so given to a deflection by Lamar. Lacewell on the block, spins away from it, turn around, hung in the air, bucket.
Inadvertent whistle.
How about Nate Lacewell with the turnaround? I mean, when you have that kind of size, Drew, and you turn around and you just hang in the air like that, that's tough. I see him talking a little bit to Mark Henry. It's like, it's going to be a tough night for you, baby, if I get that going.
They're back at this 1-3-1 setup.
And look at the size. Look at the size that they have, especially there in the middle with Lacewell up top, Diallo in the middle of it. And don't sleep, White there on the wing is about 6'5" himself.
6'6", and you got Lamar at 6'4" on your back line as your rabbit.
Larry Quimby with another great move inside, not phased at all by this 1-3-1. 43-38, Morehouse lead. Here comes a screen. Williams finds White. White pulls up. Back of the rim, goes over the backboard, ends up being Now, the one thing I would say as I watch this 1-3-1 by Morehouse, I'd love to see Lacewell play it with his hands a little higher. I think he'd really make it tough for Edward Waters if his hands were higher, where he used that 6'9" frame of his a little bit better. And there's a turnover. So what do I know?
Edward Waters 0 for 3 against this 1-3-1.
Well, no. Quimby scored down on the block.
So the 1 for 3.
1 for 3.
And let's see how long Morehouse stays with it, because you don't, when you go with these type of defenses, you don't want to stay with it too many possessions.
Right. This is a good lineup to have it. I think this is maybe your best defensive lineup, I would think. Lacewell, pull up. No good, but Williams with a rebound, puts it up and in. Ivan Williams with the basket.
It's up to 7.
And Morehouse looks like they changed out of that 1-3-1. Oh, my goodness. Mark Henry with the emphatic dunk.
That's
45-40.
I think that was one of those dunks. Neither one of us can really describe it. We just got it. Let's just take a look at it, Brian. Watch the beauty of this.
Back
and
cut.
There's the poster, everybody. One more time for the floor angle.
Give credit to Edwards for the nice find. He drew out Diallo with a little hesitation move. Baseline jump shot by Williams, no good. Lacewell tipped around. Diallo tips around. Covered up. Who's got it? A lot of kicking.
Soccer going on.
Kicked it. Kick ball by Williams.
I don't agree with that one, Brian.
Well, Williams kicked it. We'll talk about it here in the break. And when we come back, we've got a timeout with 8 minutes even. Morehouse 45, Edward Waters 40. You're watching Edward Waters basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit. TurboTax Live.
T. Madden and Associates is a sophisticated and experienced law firm located in your neighborhood. We're turning injury to cash.
T. Madden and Associates obtained almost $2 million for my injury. They turned my injury to cash.
Now, we can't guarantee how much your injury is worth, but we've recovered millions for our clients. Call T. Madden and Associates at 833-PAID-123. That's 833-PAID-123.
Pizza.
Our score is 40. Our score is 45-40 right now. As you can see, once again, Mark Henry with the tomahawk slam from just inside of the lane.
Reminds me of somebody who used to wear number 21 on that one, Brian. Number 21 who lived in Atlanta, Georgia for about 10 years. One Mr. Dominique Wilkins.
45-40 is our score.
And we've got another meeting of the minds on the floor. Not sure what they are discussing.
A lot of conversating and conferencing going on here in this game, Drew. It's a bit unusual. And I mean, yes, this game has been a little physical, but I don't think it's been overly, physical by either team. All right, all the score clocks are correct. 8 minutes to go in this contest. Edward Waters, 5-point deficit here. Caleb Edwards with the ball, being guarded by Ivan Williams. Finds Abrams, Byron Abrams. Thought about it. Two-man game.
Oh, we got another one, Brian.
Larry Quamey, second consecutive dunk by Edward Waters. Richardson turns the corner with a nice little flip with the left hand. And this is that point where Morehouse said, let me go to our bucket maker. And that would be Mr. Kerry Richardson.
What's our magic number, Brian? 47-42 is your score. 65 is the magic number tonight?
65 is the magic number.
All right. First to 65.
Edward uses the screen by Henry. Into the lane. Hands it over to
Is
Quimby.
it another one?
No,
we got
good.
the
Rebound
first.
by White.
Thought we was going to have our third highlight in a row, Brian.
Williams being guarded. Has to watch the 5 count here. Gives it up. Lacewell. Gives it back to Williams. Williams finds White. White driving left. There's Lacewell. Goes into the lane. Richardson follow, no good. Lacewell tipped around. Williams did a great job of protecting that possession. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Williams drives. He is fouled.
No, we got the traveling call, Brian.
Interesting decision there by the officials to call traveling.
And he held that call looking to see if someone else was going to take the call to see if they were going to call a foul. When they didn't, he went with what he had, which was the traveling.
.6:12 to play in the contest.
Harold Clay does not agree with that traveling call.
Well, Jonathan Kayanga is back in the ball game. He has 4 fouls. I thought we had a mop on both ends of the floor, but instead they try to bring the mop in from the far end.
And the mop guy gets a standing ovation.
You know how, and this is a beautiful court. This is a beautiful court, as our DJ does a great job on timing with the song. Beautiful court, but I wonder, Drew, how much, whether it be condensation and slippery, this court maybe absorbs moisture different than your normal painted court. Any thoughts on that?
I didn't see how slick the court was with the court actually being painted all the way over instead of just the normal wood and varnish that you have, because there are some courts that I've been on where when you step into the lane area, it's very slick because of the paint that they have up under the varnish.
Abrams on the right wing, thought about it. 5 seconds on the play clock, has to go.
3
Drive
seconds.
baseline, deflection, 1 second.
Shot clock.
They say it's a 3 and it's an air ball. That's a shot clock violation.
Yes.
.540 to play, Morehouse ball. Leading by 5. Ivan Williams across. And stolen away by Edwards.
Oh!
Henry couldn't control it.
Mark Henry went to dunk the ball before he had control of the ball, Brian.
Nice pass by Edwards. Henry just couldn't contain it, couldn't control it. Let's see if Edwards, this time he runs into a screen by Lacewell. Lacewell, top of the key, down low. Ooh, Richardson with a shot to the chest. No call, but 2 points by Richardson.
Well, I can't turns out to ref like, you got to call that one. I took that one square.
Yeah, he did. He did take that. Surprised the officials let that one happen. Hand off to Abrams. Abrams on the left wing. Here comes Kayanga. Abrams to the bucket. Tough move by Byron Abrams. Still a 5-point ball game now.
Byron Abrams comes down holding his right hamstring.
3-point attempt by White is good. Robin White puts Morehouse up by 8, 4:26 to play. Edwards looking, finds Abrams in the corner. Little jab step. He's got Kayanga on the post. He's going baseline, avoids going out of bounds, rolling off of people's feet, recovered by Lamar. Lamar up ahead to Richardson, 2-on-1. Lacewell to the bucket, get out of there.
Get that shot out of here.
Kayanga, clean up. Oliver for 3, no good. Rebound by White. Here comes Lacewell.
Here we go, highlights.
10-point ball game for Morehouse, 3:50 to play.
Got some schoolyard going on right now, Brian.
Oliver picks up a screen by Henry. Stolen now by Williams. Here comes Morehouse again on the break. To the bucket, left hand. Follow. Another follow. More offensive rebounds. Oliver, no call. Rebound, Kayanga. Wow. Oliver driving hard to the bucket.
Oh, another rejection.
Well,
oh my God, we got block parties going all over the place, Brian.
Both teams definitely adding to their stat numbers here in terms of blocked shots. And Morehouse calls a timeout.
Mailman says return.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. They're going to call they're calling a foul here. Wait a minute. They may be calling a turnover here, Drew. I don't know.
Let's see.
It's very peculiar here. Well, all right,
okay.
We'll take a
timeout.
We'll take a break. 3:14 to play. You're watching Edward Waters basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
Stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one outbeats the Hut.
It's like a loop machine.
People think unusual circumstances means complicated taxes. But for a TurboTax Live expert like me, it just makes things interesting. So, give us everything you've got.
What if I'm a professional gamer with a ton of expenses?
If they help drive views, let's talk deductions.
What if I'm in a state with no income tax, but my survival videos are viewed in 38 countries?
I can help. And if this is a business dinner, save those jerky receipts. An interesting life can mean an even greater refund. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit TurboTax Live.
Edward Waters is the number 2 team in the conference in block shots. Morehouse is number 1.
And we've seen why with both of these teams, Brian.
Exactly.
You know, we've had a bunch of return to senders. We on some invitations to the block party.
There's an inbound. Williams comes up with it. Guarded tightly there by Oliver. Oliver.
10 seconds on the shot clock, Brian.
Nearly stolen away. Richardson trying to control it. 6 seconds, 5 seconds on the clock. Nearly a step up. Rolls around, no good. Rebound, Kayanga. Jomel McNair had come into the ball game for Morehouse. Oliver. Edward Waters trailing by 10, 2:40. 3-point attempt by Edwards. Good. Caleb Edwards. Let's see if Edward Waters can get some stops to get back in this ball game. Down by 7 now. A couple of key starters resting right now for Edward Waters. Williams, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Kwame. Down low to Richardson. Richardson nearly.
That was a shot intimidation.
Exactly. I was going to say, I was looking for the right word. Good call. Edwards again with the ball. Finds Oliver for 3. No good. Back of the rim. Oh, and they're going to say it went off of
and we should have a media timeout right now.
1:53 to play. No, it stays here.
Stay here. I think everybody forgot because the timeout was taken under 4. And I think.
Well, maybe that's what the officials now are talking about. Well,
no, he's talking about that sun like I can't see, man. Y'all gonna have to help me out down here on this baseline.
Yes, that is the unfortunate dead spots here at the this point of the day.
Or live spot. It is 5 o'clock.
It is.
In AJC.
3-point attempt by Edwards. Bang!
We've got a ball game, Brian.
Back-to-back threes by Caleb Edwards cuts the deficit to 4. 1:40 to play. Another defensive stop here by Edward Waters. Lacewell with it. White back to Williams. They're going to use every second of this shot clock. He's got to do something. Well, I noticed the official counting, but he wasn't that close. Williams pull up. No good. Rebound by Richardson. And they're going to go all the way back up top. New shot clock. Went back to 20, I believe, right,
yes.
Drew?
Yeah, 20 on the offensive reset.
Williams being guarded tightly by Oliver. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Finds Lacewell for 3.
It's short.
No good. Another offensive rebound. Consecutive offensive rebounds. Edward Waters might have to foul here. But Morehouse calls a timeout.
Try to get a better shot.
51.5 seconds left. Wow. All right, we've got a full timeout. We'll step away. You're watching Edward Waters basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
Gave us all a brand new iPhone 13.
We've been customers for years. I thought new phones were for new customers. We got iPhone 13s too, switched to Verizon 2 minutes ago.
Ours were busted, and we still got a shiny new one.
Check it out. So wait, everybody gets the same great deal.
I think that's the point.
iPhone 13 on us for every customer. Current, new, everyone. On any unlimited plan, starting at just $35. All on the network more people rely on.
.5 remaining in the contest. Morehouse with a 54-50 lead after a pair of offensive rebounds by Morehouse. They called a timeout with a sideline inbound here. Interesting strategy by Coach Clay.
I think he forgot to tell who was taking the ball out, Brian. Everybody went into the play like this ball's supposed to get passed to him. Somebody's got to inbound the ball.
For Morehouse, you've got White, Richardson, Lacewell, Williams, and Lamar. That's Williams, guarded tightly by Caleb Edwards. Nearly rolled his ankle there. White with the ball. 7 seconds on the clock. White with the ball. Nearly lost it. Knocked out of bounds. They're going to say
Caleb, basketball.
I'll tell you what, Caleb Edwards impacting the game on offense and defense in these last, 2 minutes? Forces a turnover. Now, Edwards is the hot hand. We know Oliver is the shooter. But
got condensation on the floor. You're going to expect that this time of the game, Brian. Anytime bodies hit the floor, you're going to have sweat. I mean, we're 39 minutes into this ball game. Now, if you're Edward Waters, it does not have to be a 3. You need to just get a good possession. Whatever you get, 2 points, 3 points, it doesn't matter. Even if you get to the line, you want to get a good shot at the basket if you're Edward Waters and take the wide open 3 if it occurs.
Well, no free throws on a common foul. It'd have to be a shooting foul, so you'd probably want something going to the bucket. Would you go quickly to try to get a 2-for-1? Is that an option?
Yeah, unless they playing Olay defense down here in your Morehouse, you're not going to get into a 2-for-1 situation.
Edwards gets the ball.
So you're going to have to score and foul if you're Edward Waters, no matter what.
Not like Edwards. Pull up 3. No good.
Not
front rim.
the shot you wanted.
I think they did go for the 2-for-1 there, Drew.
Not the shot you wanted. They tried to make the foul. They couldn't. Now we have the foul right here.
As quick as he shot that, I think he went for the 2-for-1.
8 seconds. It was already at 29 when he shot the ball.
Okay,
Brian.
well, and maybe that's what his teammates are telling him. It was a long distance from where he had to go.
Yes.
And with the fact that he was being tightly guarded.
Exactly. Which is why Morehouse put the token pressure on here. And see, here's the thing, Brian. That's only the 15 foul.
Exactly.
We've got 2 more to go, so
2 more to give here.
If you're Edward Waters.
Pressure defense, I'm sure, will be here. Williams finds it. They've got to foul quickly. They find White.
What a block! Well,
Yanga with a great block at the rim.
Better than the foul is the great defensive play.
What about the decision there? 19.2 seconds left. Byron Abrams, right side, Oliver with it. 15 seconds. Oliver's got to make a quick decision. Pull up 3. No, he gives it over to Abrams. 9 seconds. Oh, and they say he traveled. No, double dribble. 8.1 seconds left over on the sideline.
It's pretty much all academic now. You're down 4. If you are Edward Waters, you're down 4. You have to give 2 fouls. Have 2 possessions in 8.1 seconds. unless you can get a turnover here in a 4-point play, Brian, it's pretty much academic.
All right, let's step away for a moment during this break. You're watching Edward Waters basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
It's like a loop machine. Going around town, people trying to get down.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a...
Remaining here in the second half. Morehouse 54, Edward Waters 50. Well, this game is played at the pace that Morehouse wanted to play it. They've held Edward Waters, an offense that has come into this game averaging 71 points a game, to just 50.
Still got one more to go. If you're Edward Waters.
Yeah, I don't think the players know that because everyone's walking to the line.
Yeah, they still got one more to go.
But maybe the officials are walking. I have no idea what's going on now because that's not number 7.
That's number 6 according to the scoreboard. We go back and take a look back at that great block right there by Larry Coomey early in the game. Another two-handed block. That's the second time today we've seen him with a two-handed block, Brian. That's not something you see a lot of people do and are able to get away with, especially at this level of basketball. And I think we've got it all confirmed. It is 16 fouls. And if you're Edward Waters, maybe you try to foul him before the ball actually even gets in bounds.
That would be a smart play, and there's a quick foul on Richardson.
Get called for the intentional hold.
Exactly. Or guard the inbound and make the intentional delay game, stepping across the line.
Not yet.
It's too early.
Too early.
6.5 remaining.
You do that in a one-possession ball game. We try to see what everybody.
Kerry Richardson at the free throw line knocks that one down.
It's a two-possession ball game. If you're Morehouse, just don't commit a foul.
Well, 5-point lead, two-possession ball game.
Play some token defense, Morehouse.
And you can call the timeout and advance.
No, only women's basketball. Men don't have that rule yet.
Oh man, I'm calling for equality in men and women's games and rules.
Yeah, well, two totally different ball games, two different sets of rules.
I hate it.
We're going back, especially when you got to broadcast them both at the same day. Going back to our replay machine. Once again, there's a two-handed block there by Larry Coomey. Goes up, does a good job challenging at the rim, knowing there's going to be contact. The referees do a good job letting that play out, as there was no disadvantage with that contact there.
Well, Morehouse on the verge of winning their 5th consecutive ball game. 5th consecutive under assistant coach Harold Clay.
And all prayers out to Coach Douglas Whitler as he recovers from his illness.
It's a good group of Morehouse fans here behind the Morehouse bench. Not sure if that's just the local Morehouse alumni group or folks who drove down from Atlanta. Got to get a quick shot off here. Edwards, pull up 3, top of the key, no good. Rebound by Richardson, and that's the ball game. Our final score, Morehouse 56, Edward Waters 50. Well, AD, Morehouse improves to 12-8, 9-6 in the conference. Edward Waters drops to 4-17, 3-13 in the SIC. What are your takeaways from this contest?
Look, Edward Waters Morehouse is healthy. A healthy Morehouse is a scary thing for whoever's going to match up with them in the championships. And as we've got a little exchange of the recipes going on here between the two teams. But, Morehouse is going to be a scary team as they go through and try to get in there. They're going to be one of the lower seeds in the tournament. But they're going to they're going to scare one of those top seeds. You don't want to play them.
Yeah, definitely. As we watch the replays here of this contest, I'm really impressed by Morehouse's defense and what Morehouse has been able to do here offensively. And maybe one of the biggest finds for Morehouse all year has been the addition or the inserting of Kerry Richardson. I mean, Richardson, who is, again, averaging in just the 12 games coming into this contest, averaging about 16, 17 a game. As I mentioned, he will eventually be one of the top scorers once all things settle out. You got to be 75% of the ball games played. So probably by the end of the season, you'll see Richardson named, and definitely you'll see him in consideration. But really impressed by him. It was a tough shooting day for Edward Waters. I mean, Oliver, who averages 16, didn't have the greatest of games today. But all credit to Morehouse. Not much more I could really add in this contest. I mean, as we watch some of these highlights, it's just offensively, Morehouse owned the paint, and we're the better defensive team.
Yeah, and one other thing, Brian. Well, actually, for both teams, great interior play by both of these teams. We said who's going to control the paint. Well, both teams' bigs control the paint in their own ways, but differently, but in their own ways. Hey, I love the athletic bigs of Edward Waters. Larry Coomey, Mark Henry, and who am I forgetting? In the post.
Well, you had Kwame, you had Kayanga.
Kayanga was the one I was forgetting.
Right.
And then you got your own three-headed monster down there with Morehouse. You've got Diallo, you've got Dola, and then you've got Buka. But Buka didn't really play too much today. You had a lot of.
We didn't see Dola today.
We didn't see Dola today.
But you saw Nate Lacewell, I thought, did a great job. 6'9" sophomore.
And the difference was Morehouse's bigs were athletic out on the wings versus Edward Waters' bigs who were athletic in the interior. And look, you better go with authority to the rim because either one of them, both teams, will put a stamp on it and say return to center.
Well, we are less than a month away from the SIAC tournament. 3 weeks away. Will be held in Savannah, Georgia, on the campus of Savannah State University, and that'll be interesting to see how it plays out. So final score again, Morehouse 56, Edward Waters 50. We thank and appreciate everyone here at Edward Waters University for giving us an opportunity to bring this contest to you, and for our producer Melody Edwards, and our videographers, camera operators. For AD Drew, I'm Brian Fulford. We thank you for watching this SIC matchup between Morehouse College and Edward Waters University right here on the Black College Sports Network. Take care, have a good day, God bless, and good night.